Test. Okay. There we go. Hi, konnichiwa, guys. Welcome. Okay, okay, audio seems fine, right? Okay, hi. Konban-sama. Are you sure it's konban-sama, fish senpai? Isn't it like still the afternoon? It's okay. Regardless, yeah, konban-sama to you if you're in a place that it's night right now. But yeah, welcome. Thanks for standing by. Thanks for coming to the stream. And yeah, today we are well, I mean, this is gonna be a very is it personal? Konnichiwa? Yeah, konnichiwa. So yeah, like I said, it's gonna be, I don't know, is it gonna be like somewhat personal? I'm not sure, but it's definitely something I personally really like. So today we are doing like kind of a really geek session. There's a lot of things that I like, and when I like something, I usually like try and look up a lot of like relevant information on it. And yeah, so today, as you see in the thumbnail, we are talking about puzzle cubes, and also in the title as well. So I feel like a lot of people know like the most common like Rubik's cube, but as it turns out, there's actually a lot of different like varieties. And yeah, I personally have like a lot of puzzle cubes that I have owned as well in my collection. It's not a lot. Okay, it's a lot. Okay, I'm just kidding. Who am I kidding? I bought like a few of them, and I really like all the ones that I bought. So today I feel like I want to go through and share with you guys like some of the cubes that I owned, and some other cubes that I wish I have, or some very interesting and bizarre ones as well. So yeah, if you're interested, you can come. If you're a fellow cuber as well, yeah, today we're not it's not like a gathering session about gamers, it's cubers. So yeah, give it a like, and to the stream, and share it. And yeah, because I know it can be a little bit niche, a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully like sharing cube puzzles to lots of you guys would help, like know more about, like, it's not just about that typical 3x3 Rubik's cube. There's like so much more out there. So yeah, just like how I feel like if there's a chance, I think I could share with you guys like some of the board games that I like as well. Oh my god, I'm turning like such a huge geek right now. But yeah, there's a lot of board games there besides Uno and Monopoly. So yeah, so today I'm gonna go like a similar approach. We're gonna introduce like some of the cubes that I own in my personal collection. So let's see, I have pulled out like I couldn't find like a good place to take photos of my collection, but I did find most of the cubes that I own online. Like all of these are online, so credits to the original, I would say. So yeah, so I counted like I was trying to prepare the slideshow for today's stream, and then I counted like how many puzzle cubes I have in my collection. And I'm not sure, like according like to different people, we might have like different meaning to that's a lot. But yeah, I have around, let me count again, I have around like 11. I'm not sure if that's a lot, but all of them are like completely different cubes, because I know like there's some people who like to collect like several cubes from different brands. Yeah, there's actually like good like special brands as well, because as you know, like if you heard of Rubik's cube on the news, it's usually probably like from world tournaments and championships and such. Those are a different category that's called speed cubing, because what they're fighting for in the tournament is trying to solve the cube as quickly as possible. So you need like specialized cube. 只看过玩具店卖3块半的那种也算啦，只不过就是如果是说那种世界级锦标赛的那种的话，他们的魔方会比较特别，因为像有些他们是有一些机关是比如说它的边缘是有磁铁 ，so some of them have like magnets inside, and the reason there's magnets is because they wanna when you turn, they don't want it to like get stuck halfway, so they want to turn and let the magnet like sticks so that every turn is complete. Otherwise it's gonna get stuck, right? And you don't want to encounter like a stuck cube when you're doing like speed solving in a tournament. So yeah, and there's like screws, there's like ways to tighten your cube or loosen it depending on your preference, and yeah, a lot of different like things as well. So some of these like speed cubes can actually like go really expensive. Like Free Senpai said that she saw like a 3 ringgit 50 cent one. Some of these speed cubes can go up to around $60, 60 American dollars. So it's around like 200 plus ringgit here. So yeah, that's a lot. And I feel like the standard speed cube is around that range. There is like cheaper ones as well. It depends on the brand. Yeah, so there's a lot of like famous ones. There's like, I think there's a one called GAN, the GAN cube. A lot of like speed cubers like to use it, and there's a lot of like there's like a lot of like Chinese brands as well. So there's like Shangshou, there's like Moyu, which is Moyu. So like yeah, a lot of like famous brand, and each of them has like a different feel to it, so it depends which one you like. I haven't personally got a speed cube because, like I said, it's actually quite expensive. I feel like I'm talking real fast. I'm sorry, I'm just like really geeking out right now. But yeah, I haven't got a speed cube because I haven't gotten into speed cubing. I just like solving a lot of different types of puzzle cubes. Like it's more about exploring the variety more than trying to hone my skills, because as you know, for me, I'd say that my satisfaction from doing all these puzzle cubes comes from the fact that, oh, I know how to solve this now. I can remember, and when people like scramble it and hand it to me, I can solve it. Like that's where I get the satisfaction. I'm not really too into like how fast I can solve it. Of course, like if I can do it fast, then it's great, right? But yeah, maybe one day if I have the enough time to learn, because like there's actually ways to improve your time, right? Because I'm just using a very and like traditional method, and it's like a step-by-step guide to solve this. So my best time is only around like 1 minute. It's really slow. So yeah, I feel like enough. Should I just show my collection? I feel like I'm rambling along too much. So I've like categorized the pictures I have into like 2 huge categories, one that I own and one that I don't. So we're gonna see what I have in my collection. So the first one I have is this one. So this is they call it a 2x2 cube. Hi Anna, good afternoon. Hi, welcome to the stream. We're sharing. I'm being an absolute geek right now and sharing like my favorite puzzle cube. So I'm currently sharing like my collection. So this is the first image. I just started the slideshow. Yeah, I've been talking on and on about things about cube. There's so much things to talk. I realized, at first I thought like, is this gonna be like am I gonna run out of things to say? Turns out it's not. I've been like talking non-stop since the beginning. But yeah, so this is the first Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, like, you know, I like stuff, so I like to know a lot about the stuff. So yeah, this is the first cube I have. It's called 2x2. I actually have one in my hand right now. I do wish that in the future I could probably like do a setup where I could show you guys like in real life, like the cubes that I have. Like, unfortunately, I don't have the setup to do so. You know, like, you remember like the Christmas collab we did with the PVE members, right? Yeah, I probably would have to get that something similar setup going, but yeah, for now I could only like show you images. 那一乘一的呢? Okay, there's actually, no kidding, there's actually like a 1x1 cube. There's a 1x1 cube I've seen online, but I don't have it yet. I feel like that would be like a pretty cool collection, a very funny one as well, to have it in. But yeah, like if I get a chance to come across one, why not? I haven't had that. I could put it in my shopping cart. Once we talk about the stuff we love, those like a switches on and the rambling goes on. Yeah, certainly. Like, really. So, okay, about the 2x2, can you guys hear like the turning? So I actually have this in my hand right now, and oh, the 1x1 cube is a dice. No. There's actually like a 1x1 cube that it's really look like a Rubik's cube. I feel like I'm gonna search that at the end of the stream. Okay, I'm gonna show you the 1x1. But yeah, so we all know the Rubik's cube, like the puzzle cube, as like 3x3, right? So 2x2, people think like, it's a bit like easier. So you hand it to them, and sometimes they could solve even more sides on the 3x3 than the 2x2, because but essentially, actually, if you look at it, it's actually all the corners of a 3x3. So you realize that one thing to keep in mind with cube like this, like some of these square ones, because there's actually like different shaped ones, right? So these square ones, you have to keep in mind like how many numbers of like rows in the cube. So is it odd, is it even? That could like affect like how you solve it. So this one is even number, right? So yeah, this is basically like the corners of the 3x3. So there's a lot less patterns, combinations in this cube, so it's quite easy. I managed to learn it like step by step, like on internet, like YouTube, and you could like solve it within like no joke, like probably like 15 minutes or half an hour, even quicker. But yeah, you just follow the steps. You could solve like the first layer, and then you solve the last layer, and then boom, you got your 2x2. So, and also, yeah, one thing I want to show is some of you probably seen the cubes that has like black edges, right? So those are sticker cubes. So basically the original cube is gonna look like a black cube all around, and then they put stickers on it, right? So the one I'm showing right now, it's called a stickerless cube. So my personal taste, I love the look of stickerless cube. So most of my cube is actually stickerless because I like how the colors actually feel like the whole face of the cube. Because with stickers cube, sometimes, you know, as time goes by, if you're not taking care of it properly, the sticker might go off. It might come off, and then yeah, solid versus sticker. Yeah, so this is one without sticker. Like the plastic itself is in that color. So so yeah, I like the look of it, and it feels light. I have no idea why, and it feels smoother. I feel like it's just a personal preference thing, but I really like how, you know, stickerless cube looks. Okay, 所以解法是把贴纸拔掉再粘回去，不是你这样子，你拔掉就粘不回去了，好不好？ But yeah, of course you could like customize your cube if it's a sticker cube. Like you could probably find like a glow in the dark ones or like a pastel one if you want. You could like customize it, sure. But I'm okay with like the vanilla one. And yeah, so this is the 2x2 cube. And then the next cube I have is the traditional one, so the 3x3. Okay, let me get my 3x3. So this is my 3x3. It's a stickerless version as well. It looks exactly like the one in the photo beside me. So yeah, 3x3 is a very, you know, the most original one. I feel like this is the cube that everyone knows, right? So I've got the stickerless one, and then yeah, this is the first cube that I learned to solve. Actually, I actually learned to solve like the first layer myself. I feel like a lot of people could figure out the first layer, but the second and last layer, I learned it from a human friends back in human academy, and then yeah, I've been using that method ever since, and it's more than enough to, you know, do the thing, you know. So if there's like a lot of people interested enough, I could probably like try to learn speed cubing on stream. But yeah, we have to gather more cubers like geeks here. So yeah, you have to show this stream to lots of people so that, you know, more people know that, oh, okay, Curio is into this stuff, you know. We want to see more. We want to see how he solves the cube. And then yeah, if there's enough attention garnered, then I would like discuss with principal to do a setup. With stickers cube, would there be PVE cube exist? Oh, I've never given a thought of that before. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out. I feel like you know, it's possible we could probably like print the faces of the members in PvE. There's like a lot of different colors as well, so each side could be like a side of us. Like there's a green side, we could put my face in, and you know, you could put like Fish Senpai's face here as well, Yui's senpai, you know, Mozart's face here as well. Even, I mean, we could even put principal if you wanted to. But yeah, that's a really good idea, Ken. So yeah, why not? Why not? So yeah, this is a fairly straightforward cube, and I feel like if I were to buy like a speed cube, this is probably like the first version of speed cube I would get, like the 3x3, because there's speed cube for like 2x2 or even like 4x4, 5x5 by all of the renowned brands. So the next cube we have is, you know, we're going up the number, okay? It's getting more and more pieces. So the next one is 4x4. Now, the 4x4 I have, the one that I bought, it's also stickerless, but I don't know if it's because of the mechanics inside. It feels much heavier than my 3x3. And also, the one that I got, it's not really turning smooth. So yeah, but it's still stickerless, so I really like the look of it. And the edges are less rounded. I don't know if it's because the pieces are smaller, so the rounded edges is smaller as well, but yeah. And 4x4 is really tricky. This is my first introductions to new type of moves. And then you have to do things called edge pairing. So like, as a simple guide to how to solve cubes that is bigger than 3x3, what they usually do is they would simplify the cube. So what it means is, you look at the 4x4 cube here, right? You see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, 4 pieces in an edge. So what you would do is take the second and third one and try to find matching pairs, so that when you do that to like all of the edges and all of the centers, it essentially becomes like a 3x3 cube. I'm not sure if I explained this clearly enough, but you're trying to like reduce it, you're doing reduction or simplify, so that it becomes a 3x3 cube, and then you just solve it using 3x3 method. That's basically how you solve like big numbers of cube. So yeah, but the thing about the 4x4 is, if you're doing edge pairing, because it's an even number of sides, right? There could be a problem there could be a problem you encounter called edge parity. I'm gonna go not too technical with the stuff today I'm talking, but yeah, so basically it's like an unsolvable state. So you have to do extra moves to make it to to solve the edge parity, and then you continue solving the cube. So that's how it goes. And edge pairing is gonna happen a lot, especially in bigger even number cubes like the 6x6. And I'm not too well versed or know a lot of algorithms and problems, but I think edge parity could happen in like 5x5 and such. But yeah, so that's the 4x4. Okay, once I found out the formula to solve the cube, you give up learning, because that actually what happens to me as well. So I learned like one method and then I just stick to it. I know there's like a lot of like somewhat advanced techniques, like for 3x3 there's a thing called F2L, like first two layers, so you're solving two layers at once. But I didn't want to learn that because there's so much like algorithms to memorize. I'm just doing it like layer by layer, and then I'm okay with that. So yeah, I'm the same mindset with you. So the next one I have in my collection is this 5x5, and the 5x5 is actually a lot more smoother than my 4x4, and the whole thing is smaller as well. Like the pieces, you could see like the squares are getting smaller, right? So yeah, and surprisingly, I feel like it's because of that there's not much edge parity going on with 5x5. I actually like the 5x5 more than 4x4. So, and it's a very enjoyable process to do the reduction as well. And then last go caveman method, break it to pieces and assemble it. I mean, you could take the whole thing down, there's no problem, but of course it's gonna be more satisfying to solve it by turning, right? And yeah, I haven't solved some of these cubes in a while. I'm not sure if I still gonna remember that. I'll probably have to look up one or two steps, but based on what I remember, that these are how I solve these cubes. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get like anything bigger than a 5x5. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get like the 6x6 or 7x7, because the reason I got 4x4 and 5x5 is they are both bigger than the 3x3, right? But the 4x4 and the 5x5 are different because one is like even number and one is odd number. So you have like different cases that you encounter that you wouldn't in a 3x3. So anything bigger than that is actually just the similar mindset, similar method with both the 4x4 and 5x5. So I feel like it's not too necessary to pick it up, at least for me. Okay, so yeah, I got from the 2x2 up to the 5x5, and these are some of the traditional ones, like the most normal shape ones, because we are gonna go like a little bit special right now. So right, let's see what I've got here next in the picture. So the next one I got, okay, now this is a really special one, and it has a very interesting, like a very fun name as well. So, oh gosh, it's so hard to pick up because it turns so easily. So this is called a cube, and like you would look at a picture and think like, oh, you just like turn the triangle edges. No, you're actually not turning like that. You're actually turning like, how do I put it? Can I bring a pen up? Can I do that? Okay, I don't think I can, but what I can do is, okay, let me do something like this. Okay, so let me change the color, right? Let me change to a different color. So look at this green line. Okay, I'm gonna show you how it turns. So it's actually like this. You're actually turning by this line, right? So the whole thing cuts in half. It turns, and then the shape becomes like not a cube anymore. These are one of the, like, they call it like the deforming cube, I guess, because when you turn the pieces, it actually changed the whole shape of the puzzle. So it turns along this axis, this line. So it turns here, and then it turns to the line connects to this side of the red. So can you imagine how this whole thing turns? I should have got like a picture of this cube turning. But yeah, that's the whole line. It cuts the whole cube in half, and then you turn it. So you actually like solve it like this. So yeah, this is a very cute. 这个好可爱，对, it looks really cute. That's why I pick it up as well. And then I tried solving it, and let me tell you, this is actually easier than the 2x2. No joke. Like, this is easier. I was surprised by how easy it is, and I'm low-key disappointed when I learned that, oh, okay, that's it. I know how to solve it now. Because even though the way it turns looks really like, whoa, looks really strange for people who haven't seen it, but there's not much combination of patterns that made it complicated. So it's really easy. And yeah, this is called a cube. Let me type it out. Let me type it out. So this is how it's spelled. This cube. There you go. This is called a cube, right? You could find, there's actually like a lot of like cubes you could find online, and some of it I bought it online, some of it I bought it in shops. I know there's like some shops that sometimes sell cubes in like the toy section, you know. There's a shop called, you know, the Mr., you know, like do it yourself. Yeah, they have a toy section which is for children, I know, but when you go through like the puzzle side of the toy, they sell all sorts of different like puzzle cubes, and you could actually buy it like in a very cheap price. It's around like, I don't know, like between 10 to 20 ringgit. That's how much it costs. It's surprisingly cheap, I would say, and some of it I think are actually branded as well. So it's really nice to turn. It doesn't feel cheap at all, like the plastic, the whole cube. So yeah, that's one way of you know, buying it. There, of course, there's gonna be like official stores if you want to buy like the original ones, or if you just want to own the cube and you're not too care about whether it's like original or third party, you could look it on shopping platforms. There's a lot of that as well. So yeah. And next up we have this one. So this looks like a 3x3, right? From the side it looks like, you know, there's like 3 pieces on the side. It's just that, you know, the center one looks larger. But if you look from the top, which is the white side of the cube, the way it cuts is different. So this one is called a fissure cube. So why is it called a fissure cube? That's how it's spelled. Let me bring up this cube. Let me retype it. So this one is called a fissure cube, or a fissure's cube. So that's how it's spelled. So the reason it's called a fissure cube is because this is basically like a 3x3 mod, like a modification. Because if you try to imagine, it's just taking the 3x3 line and they turn it like 45 degrees. So now if you try to imagine the 4 like arrow piece in the white side, they were supposed to be the corner piece, right? But now they are the middle piece. and then the 4 small triangles is actually the corner piece now. So now the corner piece actually have 2 colors instead of 3. So this is like a very tricky puzzle, and this is one of the puzzles that deforms when you scramble it, because they could become like a very bizarre shape. Do I have the picture for that? Yeah, see? So when it's scrambled, it looks like this. So if you look at the middle side, like the yellow one, it could be flat. But if you look at the left side, that blue one is actually has 2 colors behind it. So it becomes like kind of confusing for people who first play with this cube. And I tried it. It's really, it can be confusing as well. And then one thing is, even though it's a 3x3, because the way it's the edges turn, you could run into edge parity, the thing that we mentioned like in the 4x4. You could run that in here, even though this looks like a 3x3, right? Hi Curio, hi 春兰哥哥，欢迎看台 Welcome to the stream. We are talking about cubes today, and right now we're going through the list of the pictures I have in of the cubes that I've owned. So yeah. Konnichiwa. Are you a Japanese viewer? Hold on. I have to learn how to. I have no idea how to read your name. I'm sorry. I can only read the hiragana name. Is that Kiyoshi? Is that Kiyoshi? I don't know how to read the kanji. But yeah, konnichiwa. Hi. Hajimemashite. Curio Midori desu. Yeah. Summon the cubes. No, don't summon. So today we are sharing puzzle. I'm not sure how to say that in Japanese. Do I have to? Let me ask. I think I have to ask like Google. Let me see. Japanese. I'm sorry. Today we are talking about puzzles. Okay, I'm not sure. Hajimemashite, kakkoi koi. Wait, what does that mean? I think is it talking about my voice? Arigatou gozaimasu. Okay, I'm just gonna embarrass myself, but let me try it. Okay, you know, I have to be brave when speaking language. So how do you say that? Gomennasai. 私は、日本語 how do you say like 知らないです I don't know how to like I don't know how to say Japanese, so yeah. So let me read how are you gonna say it? Today we are talking about puzzles. 今日はパズルのお話です。Your voice is so touching my heart. Thank you. Thank you. 황장 감ling. I'm nervous. I have no idea how to speak Japanese. I'm not good. I can understand it, you know, watching animes. I don't know how to speak the language. So yeah. So that is the Fisher Cube. I think I rambled too long on that Fisher Cube. And because it's like a modification, right? So this, if you see like other kinds of cube and they added like Fisher Cube, so what it means is they kind of turn the whole thing like 45 degrees. That's what it means. So if you see like I think there's like some cubes that I have here that is like there's like a normal version and then a fissure version. So it essentially just means like a 45-degree modification. So yeah, so the next one, it's okay, I can talk with you in English, don't worry. Okay, cool. I'm glad we can communicate in English. I'm sorry if my Japanese sounds really bad just now, but yeah, I feel like probably I have to pick up Japanese soon, right? Okay, so this next one, this looks really freaky as well, right? So this is actually called the axis cube. So this one might look intimidating as well, but it's all about perspective, okay? If you're trying to look at it this way, look, see how I put the lines here, okay? If I put it here and then here, right? It's actually like a 3x3. It's just that now the middle piece is this blue-white corner piece. That's the middle piece. Like the whole thing, if you turn it if you look at it in a certain way, it's just a 3x3. It's just that because the way they cut the cube, it can be very, very disorienting. So let me show you a few pictures of a scrambled axis cube. 逐渐看不懂. It's okay. I think there's pictures of a scrambled axis cube. So this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when it's scrambled. So I know that in my mind, I know that it's a 3x3, right? But when you're solving it, it looks so confusing because the shape looks really different. Like, see how it looks when it's scrambled, right? Midori like puzzle game. Yes. Puzzle 大好きです. Yeah. Yeah, 大好きです. Okay, so this is how it looks like. I also have like all of the puzzles that I introduced up until now are all stickerless one because I own the stickerless version, but I do own a few sticker version. The fissure cube I own is actually a stickered version. So yeah, and I actually got this from one of my like Korean friends. Because a side story. I was trying to like exchange like parcel with one of my Korean human friends, and then we decided to send each other like snacks, and then this friend included this fissure cube with the package, and it says like, I want to see you solve this. And then yeah, that's how I got the whole thing. Oh gosh, I think I accidentally I accidentally scrambled the fissure cube by accident. How do I solve this? No, I don't want to do this now. Cool. If Tetris also count in puzzle game, you may have a good time with you. Yeah, I do like Tetris as well, and I did saw the stream yesterday with like where Yui Senpai is playing against like the community game with the others, but I've seen like there's a lot of like strong players, so it's okay. I'm okay with the backline. Probably we could do like a collab next time, but I wanted like that stream to be more focused on a Kwachi, so yeah. And this is the axis cube. Okay, let's go back into the topic. So this is the axis cube, and then yeah, I solved it once, and I decided I don't want to scramble this thing again. It took so long for me to get around to solving this, because look, if you could, based on the scrambled image, that looks intimidating enough to solve it once. I don't want to solve it again. It's good enough. It's a one-time experience, unless like when the mood comes and I will be like, oh, you know what, like screw it, let's just do it again. So Midori, try to solve this cube now. Well, I'm just sharing my collection, and I don't have like the setup, like the camera to show how I solve the cube. Maybe next time, you know, in the future, it's possible. Okay. And then let's see. The next cube I have is this. So right now we are going into cubes that are not cubes. Puzzle that are not exactly cube. So what I have here, this is called a pyraminx. Let me spell out to you guys. This is called a pyraminx. So pyraminx. Then let's make it smaller. Then we'll choose it into. So this is called a pyraminx. So it's basically like a pyramid shape, and then yeah, you turn it like it looks. You could easily see how it turns, right? So to be honest, this is also one of the more like the easier cube. And yeah, can't wait to see my hand can stream. Sure, as long as I could get the setup going, I really like to do that one day. So you know, I'm not sure if it's gonna be ASMR to you guys, like turning some of these puzzle cubes. Okay, this is the first one I have that has like this one is not a magnet, but it's held together by ball bearings. So there's actually some balls that makes it turn and then lock it in place, so you could hear the sound. So yeah, surprisingly this is more on the easier side. There's actually a pyraminx cube, a pyraminx puzzle that has more layers. Like this one has 3, right? So there's one that has 4 and 5. So there are variants, but I got the most basic ones because I wanted to see how it turns and like how like the pieces moves. So yeah, I might get like a advanced version of this with 4 or 5 layers, who knows. But yeah, for now I tried it. This is, I would say this is a little bit harder than the cube. This is a bit harder than this cube, and then yeah, but it's less complicated than the 3x3, I would say. So this one has only 4 sides. This is another special thing as well, because the cube, a lot of them has like 6 sides, right? But this one has 4, so it's a very interesting orientation. And then next we have, now this one could be a bit freaky for some people. This is called let me pick it up. I put it on the floor. I have no idea why I put it on the floor. Okay, let me put it all on the table. So this one is called a mirror cube because you see how it only has like 1 color. So the way you solve it is you recognize the pieces not by their color but by their shape. The shape is so weird. Yeah, it's a bit different because you solve it using, you know, you look at the shapes and then you solve it. So once you jumble this, you scramble it, it becomes like this. So the shapes become really freaky. It also likes it is also one of the deformed cubes, and I really like the concept of the mirror cube when I first saw it. There's a lot of different colored ones. This one is silver because the one I have in my hand right now is also a silver mirror cube. There's like a golden mirror cube where the stickers are in gold. I'm sure there's like other color as well, but yeah, I really like the silver one. It looks really cool. It looks metallic, so it really gives off the feeling of like a mirror. And yeah, and if you look closely, let me enlarge the photos. Okay, if you take a closer look at the photos, right, you see that the stickers there's actually like lines on the stickers, right? So you could solve the mirror cube back into like this shape, right? And you could just call it a day and like, okay, I solve it. But for me, I do it in a way that I not only want the cube to get back to its shape, but I also want all of the sticker, the lines, to be the same, because sometimes you would solve the cube and then the lines are actually like messed up, right? So yeah, I would try to do it. To me, it's like a very perfect solve. So yeah, 这是变形金刚吧？刚刚也有几个就是它形状会完全变啊，对不对？So yeah, if I meet this cube, the ending must be the cube trying to solve me. Is that how hard it is? I admit this is a little bit hard. You have to really focus to make sure you don't mess up, because there's actually like a few pieces that have like the same length and the same thickness. So but if you translate it into a normal 3x3, all of these edges are like different color. It's just that here they're all the same color, so you cannot mess up that, otherwise you cannot solve this. But yeah, a little bit. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I assure you, this one is, I would say this is less confusing than the axis cube. The axis cube is more confusing to me. The one I showed earlier, like this one, this is a little bit more. This is more confusing to me, to be honest. Like this is still okay. So yeah, this is the only monochrome cube I have. So it only has like one color, but they try to make it so that the shapes are different. Okay, so the next one we have here. Ooh, this is a very special one as well. And I also got like the sticker version. So this is called a gear cube. So the way it turns is really special, because when you turn, the sides are like legit gears. Like the whole thing turns like a gear. And then yeah, you could keep turning, and then the sides could be like in a different orientation as well. I can't wait to show you guys. If there's a hand can stream for these puzzle cubes, I really could show you guys how it turns. But yeah, I'm not gonna go into technicalities about how different it is, because it might get a little bit too geeky, right? So yeah. Sakana-chan, is Midori a strange elf? Try to bring me to his puzzle. Yeah. Oh yeah, you could call me Curio. Actually, my name is like Curio. Like Midori is just like kind of like a story. But yeah, my first name is Curio. Curio. And then this is a really cool looking puzzle, but you have to be careful, because sometimes when you turn and if you put your finger at the edge, sometimes you might get pinched by the rotating gears. So yeah, a little bit heavy, a little bit awkward, because sometimes it feels like it's gonna get stuck and it doesn't turn. It gives off that feeling. I feel like maybe I didn't buy a good enough like gear cube. But yeah, oh my gosh, one of the stickers is actually broken. Okay, might probably have to fix that. But yeah, you're cute as your first. No, it's Curio. I mean, there's a Curio. There's a chibi version of me, but that's like that's a different elf. So yeah, and then last but not least, yeah, I think this is the last puzzle I have in my collection. So this is called a Megaminx. So previously we have the Pyraminx, right? So this is called the Megaminx. So it looks intimidating, right? So this is a pentagon shape. So there's like a star shape in the middle, right? So this has 5 sides. Like a cube has 4 sides, right? This has 5 sides. And then like the white face, green, red, blue, yellow, these are like the 5 face you see in the picture, right? So in total, this puzzle has 12 faces. It's in geometry, we call this shape a dodecahedron. So it's actually a pentagon that has 12 face and arrange it into like a polygon. So that's what it's called. And then yeah, you could turn it, but that's a 7 little cube fit together mice. It's actually like a 12 face cube, but if you look at it edge by edge, there's only like 3 pieces. So actually you could use techniques from like 3x3 to solve this thing. Like seriously, it just has a lot of faces, but you just use like the 3x3 method and you can solve this thing. Like even for, you could apply like the F2L method as well. Yeah, it's basically, I would say, like a 3x3 with much more steps. That's what it is. So yeah, okay, let me drink some water as before we go to some of the next few cubes I want to introduce. Oh my god, my expression is all I'm doing is drinking water. But yeah, so these are basically all of the cubes I have. There are a lot of different cubes that I haven't owned, but I feel like it would be interesting enough to share with you guys. Who knows, like you might see me pick one of these up in the future. Maybe I would show that as well in the stream, in a handcam stream. But yeah, the next cube, so starting from the next cube are cubes that I don't have. So yeah, if it's open, what it should look like. Are you talking about the pyramids? So it's basically, it doesn't, this one surprisingly, as complex as it looks, this one doesn't change shape. It's just the colors are mixed up, just like a 3x3. So I think I could try and find like a scrambled 5x5. Not 5x5, Mega Minx. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I found the picture. It's just that I have to try and add it into the screen so that I can show you guys. But yeah, let me save this and then let's add it. So let me this here. There we go. So this is what a Mega Minx looks like when it's scrambled. So only the colors switch, like the shape doesn't switch actually. So it's really like a 3x3 with a lot more faces, a lot more pieces. So that's what it's like. And if you see the logo in the middle, that's one of the branded ones. It's from a GAN, GAN. So yeah, so this is the solved state and this is the scrambled state. Yeah. Okay. Magic, yeah. It might look magic to some people, like if you're not sure what's going on with the cube. So yeah. So this is the first cube that I haven't owned in this slideshow that I want to show you guys. So this one is really special because okay, first off, the name is called a Penrose cube. So let me type it out. So this is called a Penrose cube. So ta-da, Penrose cube. So this is actually just a 6-side cube. And then the special thing is, usually you get like 6 colors, right, in a cube, in a usually a cube shaped puzzle. But this one is special because they combine the faces, so that's why you could see like curved edges. So this one actually has only 3 colors in this cube. So it's a little bit complicated. You could get parity, I remember, but yeah, because some of the edges is the same, so you might mix up the positions. And yeah, it's a very cool looking shape. There's like curved edges, there's like straight ones, and the whole thing just looks like a very beautiful puzzle. I don't think the normal range people can solve the colorful megamix. Actually, if you know how to solve like the 3x3, you're actually able to solve the megamix. Like seriously, it looks deceptively hard, which means it looks harder than it actually is. So yeah. Okay, back to the cube that I want to introduce next. This one. Now this one is a very this one is a cube that I've this is the cube, one of the cubes that I don't dare to buy because it looks really hard to me. This is another one of the deforming cubes. It's called the square one cube. And then you see like you look at the lines, how they cut, you would think like, how do they turn? But for this one turns big in a way that you would actually have to align it differently than a 3x3. So it could get very strange shapes such as this. So this is what a square one cube looks like in scrambled state. This cube got a beautiful name. Yeah, it sounds really cool, right? But it's really hard for me. 欢迎看台。所以我们今天是来分享一些各种就是魔方，然后刚刚也大略介绍了一些我手上收藏的一些魔方，然后我们现在刚才这是第二个，就是我分了两大部分，就是我自己收藏的一些魔方，然后这些是我目前没有在手上，但是我觉得很酷，或者我之后会想要收藏的一些魔方。然后这个它是叫 Square One， 然后它原本也看起来像是一个正常的一个方块嘛，对不对？可是因为它切割的那个方式，你转的时候会把它变成一个比较变形的形态，就是当你打乱的时候，对。So yeah, it would become like a very strange shape. It's not uniform at all. It could look like even bizarre than this. 我玩魔方都回不去，没关系。其实魔方如果真的要说的话，它跟数学一样啦。我觉得就是你看了那个情况，然后你就觉得它是现在在这样的情况，所以我就用相应的那个步骤去把它变回去。它就这么简单。Like if you want to simplify how to solve a cube, it's really like math. You look at it, you're like, in math you would see like, I have to subtract, I have to use division, and then you use how would you would do like division. So it's like solving a cube as well. You look at it, you're like, I have to use this step, and then you do the whole step, and then like, oh, now it looks like this, so I have to use this step. That's what cubing, solving puzzles like this essentially is. And then yeah, the next cube I have, wow, okay, this one is a very special one. This is called a clover cube, like 四叶草. It's called clover. And math cube, read through question, decide the formula, and then reach the answer. Yeah, basically, like seriously, that's like a very simplified concept. You don't need to be like a very like extremely like genius. If you know how to memorize stuff, you can solve the cube. Like you just have to put some time and try to understand the formula. That's it. You could solve a cube, just like that. 对，有公式，对，它就是有一个公式，然后你就觉得哦，这个情况下我该用这个公式，那个情况下我该用这个公式，然后就可以把整个方块都魔方都解的。So this one is special because you don't turn it like a normal 3x3 cube. You turn it like this. Like, can you see? You actually turn the edge like a half circle. So yeah, this is a very special way of turning it. You actually can't turn it from the 2x2 side, even though you see like you could cut it. Oh no, I think you can, but there's some clover cube that you cannot do that. So if you mix it up, these are some of the special ones, but yeah, those are the variants. But this one, if you mix it up, you could see like the blue and the green sides, and also 它转法好特别。对，因为它的那个内部的结构就是跟普通的3×3有一点不一样，所以它的那个轴吗？这应该说就是它转的那个方式就会跟一般的魔方不同。And then actually forgot to put like the other version. I think this is a different cube, but yeah. So next one we have, this is a really special one, and it has a very special name too. This cube is called a wheel of time cube because you look at the middle, you can turn it like a clock, but you can also turn it like a 3x3. And then yeah, I'm not sure if I have the jumble up version. No, okay, this is a Fisher version. Like what I said earlier, like you shift it. So this is the version where the round of the previous one is on the side, and then you turn it on the side. Okay, I think I've seen enough. I go back to play my yo-yo. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you for coming. Yo-yo, it's really fun though. I haven't like gotten playing like yo-yo. I feel like there's a lot of different tricks, right? The only one I know how to do is like the Eiffel Tower, like the swing. That's the only trick I know how to do on the yo-yo. Then yeah, this is called, I think it's called the Axis Wheel of Time, and then there's like a Fisher Wheel of Time as well. There's a lot of like they could add up and become like even more complicated orientation, but you would always refer it to the original way. Like you would, like for this one, it's basically using techniques from the Axis cube and also the Wheel of Time cube. Yeah. 溜溜球也有难度，对，我只会弄那个像荡秋千的那个，然后我就不会了，其他我都不会。好像有一个是这样溜狗的嘛，对不对？我有点忘记了，而且我没有真正用过那种就是那种竞赛用的那个溜溜球，就是你把它丢下去甩出来，它会一直定在那边转。我荡秋千都不会，不会吧？荡秋千。Tricks of yo-yo, okay. Solving different types of cubes, not okay. It's okay. We all have our different things we're good at, but yeah, you know, who knows? I could actually try to learn yo-yoing as well, as long as there's ways to set it up. Why not? 对，昨天的电影好看吗？我们这里好像还没上映诶，如果我没记错的话，好像是还要明天吗？明天好像才是我们的首播，对，好像是。好看吗？我这次看了预告，我是怎么说？我感觉跟我之前看过的有点不一样，因为我其实老实说，我其实只看过一部新海诚的那个电影，我看的第一部就是《天气之子》，然后我之后有去补，就是你的名字，然后我个人还是比较喜欢《天气之子》，可能我是因为在电影院看的关系，我就觉得比较可能题材也比较合我口味吧。然后因为新海诚他出名，他的画风是写实的吧，对不对？所以我比较喜欢就是他在就是就是天气之子的那个画面吧，那个画风。对，我从新之声就开始感觉听起来很久，因为我知道还有什么连夜之庭吗？还有这一部，对对对，还有很多啦。我其实还没有看过很多新海诚的电影，不过这次的题材感觉蛮特别，就是我看海报的时候，然后我去看之后，我去找预告片来看的时候，跟我想象中有一点差别，它的展开有点不同。对 ，Some yo-yo tricks are walk the dog around the world, rock the baby, shooting star the rocket. Okay, I think I know the walk the dog one, but I haven't like managed to pull it off. Around the world, it's kind of like the loop. Okay, that's different from loop the loop, right? Okay, I think I know how to do the rock the baby. I think that's the one I know, and the rest I heard before, but I don't have to do. So yeah, 没关系啦。最近3部的中心思想差不多，我的确有这样的感觉，就是它有一种影子在那边。当然表现各有不同，对对对，他们的设定方面有点不同。Okay, this is one cube that I'm really hyped to show you about. This because this looks absolutely cool. This is called this has a really cool name as well. This is called the Ghost Cube. It's cool, right? So this is actually essentially a 3x3, but when you put it back into the cube state, you couldn't see how it turns, right? This is because you have to move it a little bit so that it aligns, and then you could turn it. 好未来感，我觉得它未来感来自于它的贴纸，因为它其实严格来说就是一个纯蓝色的那个魔方，然后它放了一个就是一个比较有质感的那个贴纸在上面。不过它的确看起来很酷，就是无论你只看它的形状，它也依然看起来很酷。然后当然还有很多其他的颜色，就是你可以有纯黑色的边，然后可能银色的贴纸之类的。我刚刚因为这些都是来自于网络嘛，对。三角 Pure blue is that you know too long ago. What happened? Why have you turned into a cube? So yeah, this is called a ghost cube. This is one of the cubes that I really would like to own. What? No, Ken said you turn into a cube. I'm sorry for summoning you from your... Yeah, I'm a cube now. I'm not sure. I don't know. Is this canon? I don't know. Do you want to be a cube? Yeah, so... this is a ghost cube. I feel like I would have to... This is probably one of the top cube that I would really want to own. I'm compressed. Oh, okay. You're compressed into like a square with a lot of complicated pieces. Okay, and I think this is the next one would be the final piece. Okay, this is one thing I want to share. Curio said that the cube is pure. I said it's pure blue. Okay, let me go back here. I said it's pure blue because it's basically like a sticker cube, And if you take out all the black sticker, especially like the whole cube is in blue. That's what I said. I didn't say that that is pure blue. Okay. This last cube that I want to share with you guys today is a very special one, because this is actually a smart cube. So this one is from a company by, I think it's called I'm not sure about the company name, but this cube, it's called the Go Cube. So yes, it's actually just a 3x3, right? But it's actually like there's like electronic parts inside, and then you could connect it to your phone, and then when you scramble the cube, it actually scrambled as well in the app. And then what's so special about this is you could time yourself, right? They could actually give you like a way to scramble the cube, and then you could like track your time and, you know, see how you would improve. And then you could also like try and battle with other Go Cube players. Like you could fight online players with this. This is a very cool puzzle, and when it came out I was like, oh wow, okay. It's very neat, but I remember that it's actually quite expensive. I forgot the price, but yeah. I don't think I'm gonna pick this up because it feels a little bit of a gimmick to me. For some people who's looking to you know, try to keep the records in an app, you know, try out the different modes they prepared. Yeah, traditional plus modernization type of cube. Yeah, precisely. There's also like cubes that have screen on their pieces. I forgot the name. I think it's called the Wow Cube. I haven't got like the pictures of it. Let me go look for it. So the Wow Cube is a very special cube because it feels like they put like smartphone screens on they kind of put like smartphone screens on the what do you call, like the screen. let me just show you guys, okay? How do I show you guys this? Can we get like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing again like I did with the scrambled Megamings. Let me just put this in. Okay, let me put this in here, and then I'm gonna switch to a different picture now. And then show it to you guys. Boom, there it is. This is the Wow Cube. So it's a 2x2 cube, it's not a 3x3, and then there's like screen on every side of the pieces. And then this one shows like a lot of different apps, right? Because it's basically like an Android phone. Okay, you put like a lot of different apps and games, and then you could navigate around the cubes. And then there's like, okay, like for example, okay, I'm not sure if I could so do you guys know the game 2048? You guys know the game, right? Where you slide like some of the numbers, and then they could connect it together. So okay, let me show you how you could actually play 2048 on this cube. So look at this. It slides and then it combines. You guys see that? So you could actually play different games on this cube. You could go to the store, and then there's some games that the cube supports, and then you're able to download it. And then yeah, this is a very very futuristic cube. iCube, nah, it's not. Yeah, you might as well call it a smartphone cube, a little bit. But yeah, I saw this review of this, and then it can do a lot of different stuff. Technology yang canggih, yeah, kinda. So yeah, this is the two like kind of like the smart cubes that I saw, but they're used for like different purpose. So one is like used to, you know, it's more like a smart cube to track and try to do like speed cubing, because the Go cube that we introduced earlier, that one is actually quite smooth, I think they said. So but yeah, but it is heavy because of course, you know, there's like electronic parts. The WoW cube, this one also is quite heavy, and it's also quite big. It looks like a 2x2, right? And the usual 2x2 is actually smaller than a 3x3. But this WoW cube is actually the same size as a 3x3. A cube with over specification a little bit, yeah. But I feel like what I'm seeing here is like how the technology. I'm more amazed by the technology being able to do this. But yeah. 这还要算数学？不是，就是你知道手机有一个游戏叫2048吗？就是它可以把，就是它就是一个手游啦，然后数字会越来越大，然后只是它这个智能魔方，它就是可以用来玩2048，然后这是它的一个示范影片，就是你只要转那个边，然后它就等于在推那些方块，然后它就可以。对，就是这样子玩。对，你知道，对，它就是基本上就是一个魔方版的2048，然后这只是它很多的游戏里的其中一个。对，这是我能找到一个动图，非常有趣的一些智能魔方。So yeah, that's basically the cubes that I want to share with you guys today. I feel like there's a lot of people that joined a bit later just now. 对，就是刚刚你们有几位就是比较迟才进来，所以我可以再次给你们看一下我手上有收藏的一些魔方。那我自己手上的话，我就有2×2，然后我有3×3、4×4、5×5，这些我都有。然后我也有这个我不知道它中文名字，不过对它的转法会比较特别。它英文名是叫 Skewb，SKEWB， $250. Oh, you went and checked the price. Yeah, it's a smart cube after all. You know, there's like electronic pieces, so I could understand. 然后我也有这个，就是它看起来像3×3，不过它把那个切割线就是向45度转了。所以它的那个玩法，它的解法又有一点不一样。然后这是它打乱的时候的样子。然后这是this one is called Axis Cube， 这个也是一个3×3的一个改良版，不是改良啊，就是它的一个亚种啊，就是我不知道怎么说，就是它稍微有一点不同，然后它的切割线也跟刚刚的 Fisher Cube 有一点不一样。然后它打乱的时候就会变成这样子。然后我也有这个 pyramids， 就是一个三角形的那个三角体嘛，是我不知道它中文的那个名字。不过对，我有这个，然后我也有刚刚这个 mirror cube， 就是纯色的魔方，然后是用形状去解的魔方。然后我也有这个齿轮的魔方。Gear Cube， 然后再来就是Megamix， 就是一个五角形的一个魔方。对，这是大致上我有的魔方的收藏之后希望也会收集更多各式各样的魔方，因为我个人很喜欢挑战这些魔方。哇塞，对，所以我总共现在我看我桌子上有差不多11个。 齿轮的很酷，对不对？我那时候也是被它的那个设计给帅到，然后我就买了，我就在网络上买了下来，然后比我想象中容易，你动脑很快，还好，我觉得我其实大部分都是去靠教学去学了一遍，然后之后就把它记起来。齿轮的真的很酷，对对对，只不过它可能我买的那个它的那个不是一个品质太好的，所以它转起来感觉有点卡的，有点卡，又或者说可能齿轮的魔方本身就有这个问题，我也不知道，因为我不觉得我会买超过就是同样的一种魔方，我会买好几个，我应该都会主要是为了收集更多种类，所以就对每一个买一个就够了。So yeah, that's all the cubes that I have and the cubes that I want to share today because yeah, it's not gonna be a long stream because it's just me geeking out over cubes. I have no idea like if people are interested enough to watch it, but yeah, these are things that I have. I've heard like the comments you guys mentioned, and I personally do want to do like a hand cam stream in the future trying to solve these cubes. So yeah, I would maybe do some planning for it, and then we could do some of this on stream. Yeah. So thank you guys so much， 就是谢谢各位来看我，就是当一个宅男，就是到处一直在，就像对自己的坑说讲解不听，我不知道会不会听起来有点烦，不过对，我第一次玩都没有教学就放弃了。我其实所有都是所有魔方都是要么就是朋友教我，不然就是看教学。那时候也没有网络影片也是，所以我之前我的3×3我其实是从我学校的一个人类朋友，就是他教我，然后我就把它学会了之后，我都把它记起来了。So yeah, thank you guys for accompanying me, geeking out all of this stuff. But yeah, so this is pretty much the stream for today.And then 我们仔仔要一起取暖，对，要取暖。同号实在太难找了，可能我没有找对地方吧。对，然后因为很多就是魔方仔，应该都会注重在就是想要越快解魔方的那一个圈子，因为我个人是比较喜欢收集各式各样的那种魔方，所以对。同号实在有点难找，Geek Brothers Let's go 后来都不碰啊，没关系。对yeah, so this is all for this stream. My next stream is gonna be tomorrow. So tomorrow night we are continuing the Cuphead collab with Fish Senpai. I'm not sure if Senpai is still here, but yeah, we're gonna do it at 9 p.m. We're gonna try and fight and hopefully defeat the boss we couldn't last stream. So yeah, that's for tomorrow. And then Friday we are having TGIF chit chat stream while doing Yakiniku Simulator 就是明天我会跟小鱼前辈，就是像上个星期一样，我们会有一个那个 Cuphead 的那个联动，然后希望这次我们真的可以把上个星期的打不过的那个 boss 给打败。对，那个关卡真的是我们卡太久了。然后周五呢，我们会有一个烤肉派对，对，我们会有一个就是一边烤肉一边炸它，我会一边就是在那个烤肉模拟器，对。就跟着大家一边烤肉，然后因为周五嘛，大家来放松一下，然后就是聊天，或者我们这里说吹水的一个烤肉派对耶，然后都会在晚上的9点，所以对，如果期待的话，记得要到时要准时收看，然后不想错过的话，现在就可以在我的那个频道按小铃铛，到时就会收到我即将开台的那个通知。还有我就是 就是 live 的时候的那个通知。Yeah, let's blow water, 吹肉 yeah. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to both the Cuphead collab and also the TGIF chit chat. So yeah, so with that in mind, thank you guys for watching today's stream. It's the middle of the week, like just a few more days and then the weekend is here. So stay strong to anyone who's working or studying. Yeah, drink lots of water, take care of yourself, you know. 我们毕竟周五要烤肉嘛，所以照顾好自己的身体，不要生病哦，不然的话就可能要忌口了一段时间了。对，所以感谢各位的观看，お疲れ耶，お疲れ様。So yeah, see you guys tomorrow 9 p.m. Okay, with Fish senpai. So don't be late. 拜拜，感谢观台，辛苦了各位，还没下班呢就要继续工作加油，然后读书的也读书加油，耶 ！Drink a lot of water and blow the water too. Sure. Bye bye. Bye guys. お疲れ様。